Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Saturday, the 2nd of September, 2023. Great streaming day. Overall, good variety, great progress, good fun. And start off with some good news. My shoulder is feeling better. Not completely, but it is definitely better than it's been the last several days. As you know, I hurt my neck early on this week. And it basically is a big nerve pinch that has caused really bad debilitating shooting pain into my shoulder. Luckily, just the shoulder. Hasn't affected the arm, but the upper shoulder's been pretty bad. I was actually getting better, and then last night, when I played Street Fighter 6, I had arguably one of my best streams ever, getting Blanca back to master, but I overexerted myself, and I hurt my shoulder again. It was like, oh my god, my whole neck and shoulder was really throbbing again last night, like on fire. Like, man, I shouldn't have done that. I got a good night's rest, woke up this morning, started feeling a lot better. I was like, well, this is a good start. Let's keep that going. Today's first stream was the Level 1 podcast, where we talked a little bit about my initial thoughts about Starfield, as well as my best night ever in Street Fighter 6, I feel, and many other things, including, if you can believe it, a possible strike among talent making video games. This has never happened in history before, and it may happen. So you might want to check out that news story from this morning for more information. Then we jumped back into Starfield for only my second session. Now, the funny part about this is, all right, I kind of knew that this would happen. What do I mean by that? There's about 300-400 people who are interested in Starfield and watching me play it live. It's an audience that likes Bethesda games. It's the same audience that watches me play Oblivion, watches me play Skyrim, watches me play Fallout New Vegas. You know, that's the audience, okay? It's not a humongous mainstream audience. The same people who come out to watch me play, say, Call of Duty or a Dark Souls style game or, you know, a horror game, not that audience. What it is this game, a lot of people wanted to see what it was, and they tuned in the first day. So that first day, I had like 600-700 viewers for a lot of that stream. But now people see what it is. What is Starfield? Essentially, it's Fallout in space with some different combat mechanics. And to me, you know, after having played it today, I would actually compare it pretty close to Outer Worlds. Remember that game from many years back made by Obsidian? It's pretty close. Gunplay, you know, a little different, but for the most part, it's RPG elements combined with space travel and space exploration, with a lot of dialogue and a lot of that style of narrative-based story, and, you know, different ways to do each mission. You want to do a speech check, you want to do stealth, you want to go headfirst in guns blazing, do you want to work with this group or that group? It's that kind of a game. The real difference in where I think where this game is going to shine, okay, is the scope. The scope is tremendous. I mean, I'm in the first major city of the game, and I've now spent about 3 to 4 hours there, just walking around, exploring, talking to the NPCs, getting side quests, and doing them, and I haven't even done everything yet. In 4 hours, compare that to a hub town in, say, an Elder Scrolls or a Fallout game, and you know, there's not that much to do. In this game, there's insane amounts to do, and from what I'm being told, this is one of like a dozen major towns in the game that are like that. So really, it's the scope that's different. If you're someone who wants to immerse yourself into a gaming universe with tons of lore and content and this kind of side missions, you're going to absolutely love Starfield. If you're someone who's looking for constant action, this game doesn't have that, right? There is action, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be as much or as often as I think a lot of people are looking. It's a lot more narrative. So, today, no exaggeration, I spent 3 hours in the first town of New Atlantis doing tons of content. First, we unlocked some of the story with the Constellation people. Then, we went out and started doing quests in the various different areas. There's like a slums area called The Well. And then we started going to like the commercial district, the residential district. We unlocked the adoring fan, who's supposed to be a spin off of the big fan from Oblivion, who we just experienced earlier this year. So it's kind of neat in that regard. But does anything in the game feel like they've completely broken new ground? Does it feel like they're really treading, you know, oh my god, amazing jaw-dropping territory? Do you want to know the truth? No. I don't think the game needs that. I think what people have wanted for many years is a new style Bethesda RPG. The last one we really got was Fallout 4. And since then, we got Fallout 76, which is terrible. We got 700 remakes and remasters of Skyrim. We want something new, right? We finally have it. So for those looking for exactly what you were expecting, you're getting it. But outside of that, I'm not seeing much else to go, wow, I'm amazed. So here's the deal. I like it. I today had a ton of fun. We had a nice, relaxing 3-hour stream of story, exploration. I found a really cool optional weapon hidden somewhere in the city. You know, we had a good time. But here's what happened. About 300 to 400 people were interested, and all those initial viewers from yesterday, they took off. Oh, wait a minute. This is an action-packed game. This game's not difficult. It's not. This game is not difficult. It's not. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be a giant exploration game with tons of content and chill fun. This is like the ultimate extended chill game. That's what they really designed it to be from what I'm seeing. And so, I like it. But it's not going to be for everyone. If you like narrative-based games, if you liked any of those Bethesda playthroughs I've done in the last few years, this is definitely going to be your cup of tea, and you're going to enjoy this playthrough with me. But if not, you're probably not going to like it at all. What I would hope is that I have enough people who like that style of game that it will allow me to play this game at length and enjoy it at my own pace and do a good playthrough for you. Because what's really going to suck is if, like, within a week and a half, people aren't showing up anymore for the streams. That would suck, you know? But it could happen. It is a lengthy game. It doesn't have a hardcore fan base of, you know, what do they call it? Like a cult following, like a lot of older Bethesda games do, because it's a new one. So it very well could be that, you know, maybe after a week, the attention does die out, which would suck, because I like the game right now, and I'd like to keep playing it at this pace. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, because tomorrow I am going to pick up the pace with the story, all right? But, you know, I really like it, and I hope that you will give it a shot. If you haven't seen my playthrough yet, there's 6 hours live. Please continue, if you're watching, to like the videos if you like them. Please leave comments for engagement. All that's critical and very important to the channel at the beginning of a new playthrough like this, especially one that may be incredibly lengthy. So if you could do that for me, I would really appreciate it, okay? So, overall, I had a great time today in Starfield. Then on the late stream tonight, it was Chrono Trigger, continuing on. We are technically in the end game of Chrono Trigger, but the thing is, when we get to the point I'm at, the game now opens up with optional content. Up to this point, there's been a little bit of optional content, but not too much. Now there's tons. So just alone tonight, okay, we completed the entire Frog optional quest line, which is the ruins, the castle that turns into the hero's graveyard afterward. Then we did the whole Robo future timeline alternate mission, okay? And then we actually did some hunting in order to get ingredients so that we could actually buy some of the best fire-resistant armor in the game, and we took on an optional boss that's really annoying unless you have the right armor. And now we've started the Sunstone side quest. After that, that's going to lead to something else. Then there's going to be another side quest for this item called the Rainbow Shell. That's going to lead to a whole optional dungeon that's very challenging. That's going to lead to yet another side quest in 1000 AD. And then finally, when all that's done, then we have the end of the game with you know, the Chrono plotline that's on hold right now. Chrono's not in our party. And then the finale of the game. So we got still ways to go. I would argue if we do all the side content, probably at least 2 more streams, if not 3. But if people actually want to see optional endings, what you got to do is actually beat the game once, and then you have to go New Game Plus through the game a second time and beat it at various points during the plot when normally you wouldn't have been able to because you weren't strong enough. So we could turbo through it, like skipping the story, not paying attention to it, and we could also have it on autoplay, so when you do combat, the game just kicks its own ass, because basically, there's no way that anything's going to have a chance of beating you. You're so overpowered in New Game Plus that there's no chance that anything's ever going to thwart you or, you know, defeat you, so as long as, you know, you don't get insta-killed or cheaply killed by a boss that's, like, resistant, you could really turbo through the whole game, and as you beat it at various points, you can see all the endings. So that's something we could consider, but anyway, we're doing good. Basically, we're doing good. We're having a good time. Great stream, chill vibes, good stuff. Someone actually came by, did a ginormous super chat, which was unexpected and very appreciated. Overall, a good night. Had a good time in Chrono Trigger. So today was really a chill day, which was nice after having, you know, the hype of the premiere of Starfield and then the hype and honestly the rage and drama of playing Street Fighter. It was nice to have a day that was basically not like that and instead more focused on just relaxing with all of you and having a good time, okay? So here's the deal. Tomorrow's a little different. In the morning, we're going to have the Level 1 podcast, but then remember, it's Sunday. Sunday's React Day. That means collectively, we're all going to head over to DSP Reacts. That's my sister channel. You can find it on youtube.com/@DSP Reacts. And the members over there have been nominating clips for my clip show called DSP versus the Internet. Tomorrow is that day. It's time for the clip show. So that means we'll be going through all the clips that have been nominated. It's going to be fun. See what you got. We have more members right now on the channel than ever before, because last week was my 15-year anniversary event, and we got a lot of gifted memberships. So we have over 150 members over there, all nominating videos. I'm sure there's tons. I'm going to make the playlist tonight, like literally when I finish filming this video. the next thing I'm doing is going through that playlist and making it for tomorrow's show. So it should be a great show. It's always a good time on the React channel. I hope you'll join me for that tomorrow morning. Then, tomorrow night, more Starfield on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. And yes, that late stream will be focusing on the story. I'm going to basically go back to Constellation and grab that companion who's going to team up with you and start through that story segment. I don't know how long it is, but I want to advance the story a bit because today I did 3 hours of side content. So I figure now's a good time to advance that. So that's tomorrow's streams. You know, Monday we're going to go back to Armored Core 6 for the first time in almost a week. On Monday night we'll be Street Fighter 6 with Honda, and we'll go from there. So good stuff coming up. Great stuff so far. First 2 days of this week, I'm liking Starfield. It's very relaxing and very fun to do these missions and talk with you guys while we play. Chrono Trigger was great. Looking forward to my React show tomorrow and more Starfield. All right, everyone? That is it. Thank you so much. Please have a good evening. I'll see you all in the morning for another chill and fun streaming day. Peace out. Good night.